So, I want to start off by saying welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're a fanatic of everything entertainment, then this is the channel for you. But in today's movie review, we'll be talking about this year's Screamboat. So let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Fuck you!
Jason, Mother is talking to you!
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Oh my god. Where to begin with this? Uh, okay, I'll bring up my awesome experience with this one because this is like the best thing to come out of this. So, one of my good friends and one of my favorite YouTubers of all time invited me out to come see this with him, Cody Leach, as you guys may know. And I don't know. Me and him need to start seeing better movies together because last time we saw The Monkey, and that was my least favorite movie of the year. Given I've only seen like 9 or 10 movies this year, he's seen a lot more than I have. But like every time that he's like, "Hey, you want to come see a movie with me?" It's always turned out to be fucking not entirely dog shit, but it always ends up to be my least favorite movie of the year. Same case with this. Okay, Screamboat is my least favorite movie of the year so far. But I did get some good things out of it. Like I said, meeting Cody Leach once again, meeting another fellow YouTuber, Kimberly Ashcraft. I'll leave her channel in the description box below in the comments. But yeah, this movie. I don't know where to begin with a review because I haven't done a review in a while. And my God, was this movie one hell of a movie to come back with a review with. So yeah. So with that being said, let's move on to the things that I did like about this movie. And the first thing that comes to mind is the set design. To be fair, like this actually takes place on a ferry, and I believe it's the one that Pete Davidson owns, which I thought was crazy. Like the production value on this thing was a lot higher than I thought it was going to be. There's some great cinematic shots, or at least cinematic shots for a movie like this. Like some of the shots were beautiful. I love the shots at the Staten Island ferry, like before they get on the actual ferry itself. I'm like, this looks like some great cinematography. And then another thing, the kills in here. The kills in here they're great, but they're nowhere near like Terrifier 2 or Terrifier 3 for me. Like I love that we got some gore in here, but it's nowhere near as crazy or wacky as like Terrifier 2 and 3. And the reason why I'm bringing up those movies is because I believe a lot of the producers of those movies worked on this one. So like I had like very high expectations with the kills, knowing where they've come from, but still the kills in here were great. Okay, I just was hoping for some more over the top stuff than what we really got, but for the kills and gore, as a gorehound, you can never go wrong. So David Howard Thornton, okay, he plays great villainous characters with no dialogue. Okay, we got Art the Clown, uh, the mean one. I believe he was in Stream, which I haven't seen that yet, and then now Steamboat Willie, which I wish we could get more out of David Howard Thornton because I know that he would love to be the Joker one day. And he has played like the Joker in a short film or something, if I'm not mistaken. And he's cosplayed as the Joker before. So I would love to see him take on roles like that, or at least just more speaking roles, because that's all I know him from is Art the Clown, The Grinch, uh, this movie, and Stream. Like, that's it. Okay. There's a cameo in here that was given away in the trailers, and I forgot about it, so I was like, hell yeah, when you see Q from Impractical Jokers in here, he's only in it for like 30, 45 seconds, but I was like, oh my god, I forgot he's in here. So I thought that was really cool. And then the last thing I want to bring up in the positives is their twist that they put on like certain Disney characters and Disney alumni, which I thought was really funny and smart. Did not expect that out of this movie. And there's like this cartoon part in the middle that I thought was absolutely awesome. But with that being said, let's move on to the things that I mixed on with this movie. The humor. Okay, a lot of the humor did work for me, but a lot of it did not work for me. Okay, like there's some humor in here that I loved, there's some humor in here that I hated, like especially humor during this one scene where these two characters are killed with a forklift. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And that got on my nerves, but it made me laugh at the same time. Like, it was just the characters involved, but like the humor in here, it goes 50-50. Okay? A lot of the humor in here genuinely made me laugh, and it made a lot of other people laugh in the theater as well. So, we had a good movie, we had a good audience to see it with, so that sort of did help. If I watched this by myself, I'd probably cringe a lot more than I really did. But the humor in here, it's 50-50. Okay? So with that being said, let's move on to things that I don't like about this movie. The characters. Okay, there's only like one or two that I genuinely liked. That being, the final girl in here, even though I don't really, she doesn't have much of a character arc other than hating New York and then thriving, living to thrive for New York at the end of it, and then her little boyfriend and everything. Like the main cast, they do decently, but they're nothing special. They're nothing stand out. But oh my God, everyone else, especially when they do their own twist on Disney princesses, those characters, and one of them is portrayed by the same girl that played in Terrifier 2 and 3 as uh Sienna's friend. Yeah, I forgot she was in this, and so when I seen her on screen, I said, "Come on, dude!" But she plays those characters well. I'll give her that. But like, there's just a lot of characters in here that I could really give a shit for, and a lot of them are just cannon fodder. They're here to be killed. That's basically it. Which I mean, a lot of the times when there's a slasher, you have a lot of characters that are going to be cannon fodder. But still, there are some very annoying characters in here, and there's not that great character development in any of these characters, but I know not to expect that in this movie, but still. But the last thing I'm negative on, which I've come to expect this with this type of movie, but it's the story. Okay, there's a strong lack of story in this movie, but you sort of know that going into it that there's going to be a lack of a story or there's going to be hardly a story at all. Like, I don't know what I was expecting out of this. Like, people genuinely said this was like the best public domain horror movie. This is my first one, okay? And Cody Leach said this was an improvement over the other ones. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, this is good compared to the other ones. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? This was dog shit. But I will say, if you've seen our shorts, I loved it but I hated it at the same time. Like I loved like 10-15% of this movie. The rest of it I fucking hated. Which is why I'm going to be giving this year's Screamboat an overall grade of a 38%. Which is probably a bit too high for this, but let me know in the comments below what you thought about this movie. If you enjoyed it more than I did, if you enjoyed it less, I totally understand. I think it was just the environment I was in, but also like there was people close to us that wouldn't be quiet for like the first 20, 30 minutes, and that genuinely ticked me off. But other than that, like I think I might have got more fun out of it if there wasn't that much people talking. But either way, the crowd that we was with, I know I'm contradicting myself, but it was a fun time. Everyone else was laughing at certain things as well. So, like Cody Leach said, you'll never look at blowjobs the same. So with that, I just want to say thank you as always for watching my videos and hope to see you in the next one.